when I was 21.
What is going on, guys? Crooks46 here, bringing you a brand new video here today on MLB The Show 16. Guys, it is that time of year. The regular season is officially over. It has come to an end, and that's the end of baseball. Fight! Nah, we still got the best part of the season. We got the postseason, baby. Unfortunately, my Angels didn't make it into the postseason, but that's okay. We got the 10 best teams in baseball ready to go at it for that World Series championship. And right now, man, it is anybody's game. So I decided to go into MLB The Show 16's postseason mode, set up the bracket just the way it is in the actual MLB, and I'm going to simulate through this and see who MLB The Show thinks is going to come out on top. So if you guys don't know the bracket, in the AL wildcard, you got the Blue Jays and the Orioles, and the winner of that game takes on the #1 seed in the American League, the Texas Rangers. The Rangers will have home field throughout the entire playoffs because the American League won the All-Star game in July, so the American League, whoever makes it out of the American League, is going to have home field in the World Series. But the other NLDS series, you've got Boston and Cleveland. Boston won the East, Cleveland won the Central, so there are some good matchups heading up here in the American League. Now over on the other side of things, in the NL wildcard game, you've got the Giants and the Mets. The Mets actually made it to the postseason. They had a rocky year, but they actually got through and they made it. And same with the Giants, man. The Giants, it is an even year, so it's very possible the Giants can take it all. The winner of that game will take on the Chicago Cubs, the team with the best record in all of baseball. The Cubs are the favorite of a lot of people to win it. Personally, I do think the Cubs are going to win. I would like to see the Dodgers win for Vince Scully, but I would also not be as sad if the Cubs won. I think that's awesome. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know who you guys want to win the World Series in the comments. And the other series in the NLDS, you've got the Dodgers facing the Nationals. So there we go, guys. Let's go ahead and start simulating and see what MLB The Show 16 thinks is going to happen this postseason. Alright, guys, first game of the playoffs, we've got the Orioles at the Blue Jays in the wildcard game. Let's simulate this game and see who's advancing. And it looks like the Blue Jays are going to take the wildcard game against the Orioles 6-3. Stroman got the win, Tillman got the loss. Good victory, 5 spot in the 5th inning. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the next game between the Giants and the Mets. Let's see who's coming out of the National League wild card. This game is in New York, so let's see if home field advantage gives anything to the Mets. And the Giants taking it on the road. You know it's an even year. Those Giants are coming for blood, and they want to win. They want to keep that pattern going. Looks like Bumgarner beat Harvey, so that would have been a very, very fun game to see. All right, as we move into the first round of the divisional series, we got the Red Sox taking on the Indians. First game in Cleveland. Let's see who takes game 1 out of that. It is going to be the Red Sox 7-2, David Price getting the victory. Now we're moving to the Dodgers and the Nationals for game 1. Let's see if Kershaw can step up in the playoffs in game 1 this year. And he can. The Dodgers are taking it 7-2. Good win for the Dodgers right there, taking game 1 on the road. Okay, game 2 between the Red Sox and the Indians. The Red Sox are up 1-0. We're going to see what happens. And they're up 2-0. They are beating up on the Indians, a 9-3 victory in game 2. All right, let's see if the wildcard Blue Jays can upset the #1 seed Rangers in game 1. And they can, a shutout in Texas in game 1. We got a 1-0 series lead over here for the Dodgers. Let's simulate that up. And the Nationals are taking it. Steven Strasburg beat Ryu in his 4-0 victory. That series is now 1-1. And the Giants and the Cubs. Let's see what happens here. Wildcard Giants. Oh, the Giants are out, man. They are trying to break this Cub dream. 7-5 victory. As we move to the next day, the Blue Jays and the Rangers up for game 2. And we are going to simulate. The Blue Jays are up 1-0. And they're going to be up 2-0 on the #1 seed. Toronto is coming out of the wildcard game hot and ready to go. Now the Giants and the Cubs. The Giants are up 1-0. Can the Cubs keep the dream alive right here? They can't go down 2-0 at home. And they are. They're able to make it through. Looks like it was a walk-off win in the 9th inning. Huge win for the Chicago Cubs. Here we go, guys. The Red Sox up 2-0 on the Indians right now. Can they close it out in Fenway Park? Let's see. Oh, the Indians coming up with the shutout in game 3, so they're keeping their dream alive. 1-1 series for the Dodgers and the Nationals. This one is in LA. We're going to see the Dodgers taking it 3-2 against them. Now 1 win away from the Dodgers getting to the AL or the NLCS. Okay, here we go. Game 4 between Cleveland and Boston. Who is going to take it? The Indians are taking it 5-3. 4 runs in the 8th inning, and it is a 2-2 series tie. That one's going to Game 5. Rangers and Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are up 2-0. Can they complete the sweep? They can! In the 11th inning, the Blue Jays have upset the #1 seed, Texas Rangers. So the Blue Jays are heading to the ALCS. That's the first team to advance this postseason. Dodgers and Nationals. Can the Dodgers close out the Nationals at home in Game 4? They can. The Dodgers are making their way to the NLCS. Wow, what a series the Dodgers able to clutch up. That's crazy. Now we're going to the Cubs and Giants. We got a 1-1 series right here. Let's see if the Giants can keep their even year streak going. And the Cubs are trying to end that pattern with the 6-3 victory. 2-1 lead for the Cubs. Here we go, guys. Cubs and Giants in Game 4 in San Francisco. Can the Cubs come up and finish the series? Oh, the Giants winning it in the 10th inning, 5-4. Look at that box score. That must have been a crazy game. We got a Game 5. All right, Game 5 between the Red Sox and the Indians. Who is going to take it? It is in Cleveland. David Price versus Salazar. We're going to simulate. The Indians are knocking out the Red Sox. Cleveland is going to the ALCS to face off against the Blue Jays. Oh boy, this is crazy. You either got the even year streak to keep going, or you've got the Cubs wanting to end their postseason drought. Here it is, guys. Cubs-Giants Game 5, NLDS. Who's going to go on? It's gonna be the Cubs! The #1 team in baseball. The Cubs are going to finish out the series. They did not take the easy way out. They won that. 4 runs in the first inning. They shut them out in Game 5. So that is the end of the divisional round. We now have Cleveland and Toronto again in the ALCS, and the Dodgers and the Cubs. What a series. I would pay money to watch that. Okay, Game 1 of the ALCS. We got the Blue Jays in Cleveland. Let's see. The Blue Jays are taking Game 1. They are continuing their run going forward. Let's see if they can take Game 2 as well. Ooh, and the Indians actually taking Game 2, so we now have a 1-1 tie. First game in Chicago in Wrigley Field, Dodgers, Cubs. Let's see. The Cubs are taking a 2-1 victory to take the early 1-0 lead in the series. We now have Game 2, probably the most anticipated postseason matchup between the Dodgers and the Cubs. Can the Dodgers tie it up? They cannot. The Cubs are now up 2-0. This one went 17 innings. Oh my goodness. Game 3. This one is in Toronto between the Indians and the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays are going up at home. They are now up 2-1 in the ALCS. All right, here's a chance for the Blue Jays to go up 3-1. And they do. 11-2, running the floor with them. The Blue Jays are 1 win away from a World Series appearance. Cubs and Dodgers. Cubs up 2-0 coming into LA. Can they make it 3-0? They cannot. The Dodgers, Scott Kazmir shutting out the Cubs 6-0 victory. Here we go, guys. Can the Blue Jays finish the job and make it to the World Series right here in Game 5? Let's find out. Simulate. They are going to the World Series. Toronto represent. The Blue Jays are going to the World Series, guys, with home field because the AL won the wildcard game, so the World Series will go through Toronto this year. Cubs and Dodgers, here we go. Cubs up 2-1, Game 4 in LA. What's going to happen here? The Cubs are going up 3-1. Oh my gosh, can the Cubs finish this dream? Oh man, this is nerve-wracking because I'm an LA dude. I'm an Angels fan, but like I would love to see the Dodgers win for Vince Scully, but the Cubs haven't won for over 100 years, man. And they're going to the World Series. Oh my God, Cubs, Blue Jays, 2016 World Series. Wow, guys, if you thought the Blue Jays and the Cubs were going to make it to the World Series, hit the like button down below. You guys called it. But dude, this is going to be an epic World Series. These are two powerhouse offenses going at it. The World Series will go through Toronto, like I said. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Oh my goodness. Cubs, Blue Jays, Game 1 of the World Series on October 25th. Jake Arrieta versus Stroman. Here we go. Game 1. Goes to the Cubs. Oh, wow. On the road, stealing a victory. That is huge. Game 2, man. John Lester versus Estrada. Oh, my goodness. The Blue Jays tying it 1-1. Oh, my gosh. They just made this a 5-game series. All right, we are back at Wrigley Field in a 1-1 series tie. Sanchez versus Lackey. And the Cubs are going up 2-1. Oh, my gosh. Are they going to be able to get 2 more victories? Game 4. R.A. Dickey versus Jake Arrieta. This is a big-time pitching matchup right now. simulate. The Blue Jays are not going down without a fight. The World Series has been brought to a 3-game series now. 2-2 tie. Wow, dude, leave a like, guys, for an epic playoffs, for an epic postseason, man. You couldn't ask for a better postseason than this. All right, guys, last game of the season at Wrigley Field. It's a 2-3-2 format for the World Series. Blue Jays Cubs, Game 5. The Cubs are 1 win away from a World Series championship. Here we go, guys. Cubs at Blue Jays on November 1st. We're going all the way to November in these playoffs. John Lackey versus Stroman for the championship. Can they take it? The Cubs are the World Series champions.
We are the champions, my friend.
Oh my goodness, 2-0 victory against the Blue Jays. Rondon with the save. 2 runs on 8 hits. The Blue Jays didn't even score. They did not make it happen at home. Wow, guys. The Chicago Cubs have ended their drought from World Series championships, and they are your 2016 World Series champions on MLB The Show. So it didn't give me any sort of postseason MVP or any like notifications or anything like that, but Chris Bryant, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Jason Hayward hit .328 with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs this postseason. That's a pretty good average right there. Although John Lester had a pretty good postseason. 3-1 record, 41 strikeouts, 2.6 ERA. But anyway, guys, that was extremely exciting. Just from simulating games, that got me super hyped for the postseason. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Let me know who you think is going to win the World Series this year. Do you think it's going to be the Cubs like I predicted on this game, or do you think it's going to be another dark horse team? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button down underneath. Make sure you guys subscribe so you never miss any episodes of MLB The Show 16. And guys, that's all I have for you today, so I hope you enjoyed, and until the next video, we'll see you later.